So guys, welcome back. We are in, as you can see, a new gym today. Once again, we're actually in Pride Gym in Bradford, I believe. Now, we're a couple of weeks out, of course. Change of scenery, change of environment, change of atmosphere. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. And to be fair, sometimes changing it up around this kind of time out of a show is good, because you do very much get used to your same kind of environment and atmosphere that you're in, or your surroundings. And it's very easy to kind of not initially switch off, but like it's good to get a little bit of a change up, especially a couple of weeks out, just because obviously your head's up your arse and you're just maybe needing something like this. And it's a really good setup in here. It's full of things like Panata kit, in which I know some people are pretty much not the biggest a fan of, but I mean I'm totally cool with it. I can train anywhere. I was brought up in a leisure centre. You take me out of Ultraflex, I can train anywhere. But we are in for what's going to be a pretty much a push session today, purely just out of the fact that I'm a couple of weeks out, and again we're in a new environment, new facility today. So I'm just gonna enjoy myself. I'm going to take advantage of all the equipment. We're going to hit a little bit of shoulders. It's going to be dominantly chest, but we'll hit a little bit of shoulders. As you can see, we're starting off on flat bench. Again, I'm warm and nice and ready. So we'll start off on flat bench, see what I can take. I'm pretty much going to keep my reps no less than maybe like 8 reps today, just purely down to the fact that I'm 2 weeks out and I'm not going to be silly. So yeah, that's really going to be it. Not much talking today. We're just in for a chest, shoulders, a little bit of arms, a little bit of posing at the end, and that's going to be it. I'm not going to go over much, just purely down to the fact that I'm here to train, I'm here to enjoy myself, and yeah, let's just get on with it. Bit of an ego hit that, how small the 20 kilo plates are. That's something you'll need to make sure that you get in this YouTube video, is the fact that these are 20 kilo plates, because they look like 15s and these look like 5s even though they're 10s. So just to clarify, this is 120 kilo, it's not 80 or 90 kilo. Nah, all is good, I'm happy enough with that. I'm going to take that, I'm going to do a back off in 100 and then we'll move on. I'm happy with that. Come on, Kev. Come on, Kev. Okay. Oh. Oh! 2 weeks out, 50's feeling nice and light. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. That's definitely one thing that I always want people to be able to take from my YouTube channel, my Instagram, my social medias, is regardless of what position of a phase you're in, whether it be deep into a diet phase, deep into an off-season phase, especially a contest prep, especially a fat loss phase, there's no reason why we've got to be shying away from heavier weights. There's no reason why we've got to be shying away from compounds, because realistically speaking, whenever we're in our off season and we're performing all these bigger movements, we're eating all the food, we're laying down loads of tissue, whatever, literally whatever lays down muscle in the off season is exactly what's going to keep it throughout contest prep. So remember that when you're 2, 3, 4 weeks out of a show and you're feeling horrendous, you're tired, you've got no energy, and you think, oh, I'm just going to sack off the compounds today. I'm going to sack off the most demanding work. I'm going to sack off what I really know is going to keep the muscle. Just remember what you're going to turn up on stage looking like. That's definitely something to remember. Always prioritize what keeps the muscle, because at the end of the day, what built it is what keeps it. Okay, come on, Kev. Fucker. I'm going to do that again. That actually felt really good. That's one thing that you will see, especially within my sort of training as well. Because I go by how I feel on the day and how I feel within the session, I might not specifically just go all in and say, right, I'm just going to do a top set and a back off. If I go in and a top set's feeling really good in terms of probably the heaviest that I'm going to take that exercise that day, if it's feeling very good, I'll simply just do another set on that. If I know that I'm going to take a similar amount of reps, between maybe 6 and 9 good reps, I'll do the exact same weight again and I'll do that set again. Purely just down to the fact that it felt very good. And if I can take 2 heavier sets over a heavier and a slightly lighter set, then I'm definitely going to take that. So that's one thing that you'll always find with all of my sessions. If I've got a top set and a back off set in mind, I might go towards that, but if I do the top set and it feels very good and I don't completely tax myself, then I'll do a second set on that. And that's what we're going to do today on this. Yes! See what I mean though? 1 rep up on the first set because it felt so good. It's madness, some of these sets. I'm definitely surprising myself at the back end of prep. That's definitely something, because the past 2 weeks in my past 2 mid-week back sessions, I've been rowing 3.5 plates aside. Throughout the whole prep, I've been pretty much, not struggling, but haven't really been taking past 3 plates because I felt like my executions just got far too sluggish. Over the past 2 weeks, my execution with 3.5 plates aside has been phenomenal, and it's felt amazing, which is why I know that my execution's been on. And that's definitely something that we've got to take on board, especially throughout contest prep phases. Our body readjusts to training. That's always going to be the case. Our body will always readjust. The second that you start pulling calories back, you'll take a slight hit, you'll feel a bit different, and then your body will adjust. And it's the exact same with any phase that we do. So just remember that. Don't just be changing your training, pulling big moves out, putting easier moves in, putting D handles in on 8 exercises of the session. That's the absolute last thing you want to do. Unless you want to obviously come in not looking like a bodybuilder, then you could do a full D handle or cuffed workout. But I know that I want to come in looking like a bodybuilder, and that's why I potentially might do 1 D handle exercise at the end of the session, being a cable fly, and potentially might not even do it. So yeah, it's up to you guys at the end of the day whether you want to come in looking like a bodybuilder or not. But I know what I want, and I know what I want to achieve, and I know what I've got to do. So just remember that. Gone. Oh fuck. So I've decided we're going to finish chest off with some pec deck, purely just down to the fact that pec deck's probably my most favourite isolation exercise for the chest. I prefer it over a dumbbell fly, I prefer it over a cable fly. I just feel so much more locked in. Now don't get me wrong, I've used some better pec deck machines than this Panata one. It just feels very, very wide. However, I can never not connect with a pec deck, so I'm connecting very well with it. I've just used better ones. For example, the Prime pec deck, or even the Atlantis pec deck is actually quite up there with one of my favourites. However, we're finishing off the chest with this. Again, it's been dominant on chest today, guys, so as you would have seen, we only done, what, 1, 2, 3 exercises max for the shoulders. We're going to finish off with a little bit of biceps, and that'll be us done for another day. And again, guys, we're only a couple of weeks out, so we're not chasing loads, we're not chasing muscle, we're not building muscle now. It's just a case of making sure that I'm box ticking every session, getting everything done, training as hard as I can, going by how I feel, and making sure that I'm like I said, just box ticking. Box ticking's the way forward. Making sure that I'm nailing every variable inside and outside of training. That's what's going to take me to the stage, to the best that I can be. So making sure that I'm just training as hard as I can, taking every set as far as I can, and again, just being sensible with my execution, especially now, making sure that I'm not doing anything silly. Which again, in the past, I've probably been a little bit more kind of, maybe a little bit bad for, but at the end of the day, this is the way I train, this is the way I enjoy to train, and that'll always be the case. I'm not gonna train in a different way, because then I'll lose the enjoyment for it. And the second that I lose the enjoyment for anything, my effort goes from 100% to easily sub 50%. And the second your effort goes down, it's the exact same second that the outcome goes down. So we've got to enjoy it. We've got to enjoy it. But we'll finish on pec deck and then we'll move to arms. We'll get a bit of posing done and that'll be us done for the day. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's too light. I felt a bit like a hybrid athlete there. That was that light. What do you call him? Cuba in classic physique this year at the Arnold's is something that I'm looking forward to seeing, because from what I've seen from Cuba in the past in open bodybuilding compared to what he's actually bringing this year for the classic division is actually very exciting. And with who he's going to be against in the classic physique category this year at the Arnold's, there's quite a few names that a lot of people will be familiar with that, again, it's going to be quite a big battle. So fingers crossed anyway, I can get to the pro show at the Arnold's, because classic physique, in which I'm not that big of a fan of, I'm not going to lie, classic physique doesn't do it for me. Open bodybuilding does it for me, but the classic physique category and the open bodybuilding category at the Arnold Classic UK this year, I am so hoping that I can get to see it, because if there's one bodybuilding show that I've, outside of the Olympia, that I've very much looked forward to being able to see in person, it's the Arnold Classic UK this year, open bodybuilding and classic, because the categories just look stacked. So it's going to be a good one. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, done. So guys, there we go. That is a wrap for today's chest, shoulders and biceps, no triceps, so it technically was not a push session. Very good session in the books. Again, it's a brand new place to me, brand new facility, brand new equipment. I'm not used to Panata kit, so realistically speaking, I couldn't really come in today with any expectations. It was more so a case of me just coming in and going by how I feel, trying out new pieces of equipment. Again, even the dumbbells, to be fair, like I'm not used to these. I don't even know what type of dumbbells they are. I was able to take them up to the heaviest ones as in the 50s. They felt relatively good on the 45-degree incline. So I was happy enough with that, happy enough with flat barbell, happy enough with the chest press. Overall, very successful session, and to be fair, another good one to box off the kind of 2-week out mark of where I'm at now. I've got one more initial main week of my diet, and then I'll be interim peak week in which I'll have a 3-day depletion, and then I'll have a 3 to 4 day carbohydrate increase. So that'll be my carb up leading up to the show. I'll water load as well, but the plan of attack is, although I'm not allowed someday to film on the day of the show, I'm going to try and grab as much content as possible in terms of my own camera and my own content. I'm going to try and grab as much as possible from my peak week, and then I'm going to take my camera with me on show day and try and just vlog little bits here and there. Try and get some people in the auditorium to maybe capture a few bits for me. And then of course I'll try and bring it to YouTube, try and bring you guys along with me, because at the end of the day I've pretty much documented my whole journey on prep this year anyway, and I want to try and showcase as much as possible, especially from show days. So that's going to be that for today anyway. 2 weeks out, we're going to do a little bit of posing now, but again guys, that is it for today. Not too much in terms of the kind of informative side of things, but I'm 2 weeks out. I'm not going to come on and go through a lot of stuff like that, especially not now. I just want to get in, I want to train, I want to get out and recover, eat and go again tomorrow. So of course guys, don't forget to drop the video a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you're new, because we're still growing, and of course we're still en route to 10,000 subscribers. Turn on post notifications, it does help the channel. Drop loads of comments down below, whatever you guys want to see, especially moving into off season now. Let's get some recommendations of what you guys would like to see, or let's get some questions or anything like that that you want to just shoot across to me. Drop it in the comment box down below, and I'll for sure get back to you. But apart from that, that's us done. So I'll just catch up with you guys in the next video.